Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna start part 2 of the tank rebuild.
Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake game, staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign.
So I went ahead and did a little bit more polishing. Let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like right now. Alright, so quick update on the tank. As you can see, it looks a little bit better than before, but you can see it in this light right here that it's a little scratchy on the outside. But I figured that I would worry about the outside after we patch, because we're going to be like shifting this tank around. So the outside is definitely going to get scratched, especially when we're moving to the new location. So I'm not really worried about it too much. All I really want to worry about is the inside, which is a lot better than before. All those little micro scratches that were here, they're not here anymore, so really not that worried about it. So in today's video, we're going to be using these acrylic rods to patch these corners right here, because it was on a bad stand, like I said, and it lifted these corners. But we're going to be using Weld-on 4 and Weld-on 16 to put these acrylic triangles in those little corners. I have these same acrylic rods in my Bashir tank, which is right here, and they've been kind of holding up pretty well. One right there, a long one right there, and then another one right here. And the reason why I have it on the Bashir tank is because of seam separation issues like that right there. I didn't really go in depth when patching this tank right here, because it was like my second video on this channel. So I'll try to go in depth with this patch right here. So let's go ahead and grab some of the things we need. Weld-on 16, bam. Weld-on 4, put it right there. For the Weld-on 16, I'm gonna go ahead and just use the nozzle that's provided, which is right here. Weld-on 16 is a little bit more thick, kind of like syrup, compared to Weld-on 4, which is kind of like water. And that's going to use this applicator bottle, which is a needle. The last thing we're going to need is some paper towels and some rubbing alcohol. Let me go and get that right now. And the reason why we need rubbing alcohol is so we can just clean the surface up a little bit and then prepare it for some applications. Alright, so I have some 70%ers right here. Should be pretty good. And then I also have some paper towels. I'm going to go ahead and prep the surface real quick. So for today's agenda, we're going to go ahead and do here and then along this portion too. And then we'll do this top portion later after we get these two sides situated. The reason why I want to wipe this really clean also is because I buffed the inside of this tank. So I don't want like excess rubbing compound or old algae to kind of get in the way. So yeah, that's why we're going to go ahead and make sure it's really clean. First thing we're going to do is just kind of line this up and make sure we're using the right tube for this side right here. You can see right here it's like perfect. Let's see if I can zoom in real quick. You can kind of see how this rod right here is perfect too, because there's no gaps right there. It just kind of sits flush in there, you know what I mean? So all I really have to do is put the Weld-on 4 stuff and then hold this down, and it should work pretty well. So let me go ahead and try that right now. Actually, let's go ahead and open up this Weld-on 4 real quick. Cut this out. Wow, it's probably not good for my knife, but good. Cool. Yeah, knives are tools. Knives are tools. Hold up. There you go. The reason why I cut that hole in the top is because without that, it's gonna like gurgle like crazy. That's what I learned from like car world. So if you're in a situation like this, cut two holes. So one is for air and the other is for liquids and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this Weld-on 4 across the top, like right here, and then along the bottom right here, and then it should be pretty good. You can see it kind of like seeping in. See it? It just seeps in there. There you go. You don't have to put too much. It's kind of, oops, I need more on this side actually. You can get crazy with it. You can definitely get crazy with it. Yeah. Let me hold this down real quick. So I'm supposed to hold this for like 3 minutes to make sure it has good bond. So we're gonna be here for 3 minutes. Hold up. I'm glad I cut pieces like this because I don't know how I would have held the acrylic if it went all the way down there. That would suck. Alright, so the Weld-on 4 is pretty much done. I kind of messed up right here. As you can see, there's bubbles and stuff. But check this out. No bubbles right here, man. Alright, so what I'm going to do with the Weld-on 16 is I'm just going to run it across the top and pretty much just layer it on top of this rod right here. I did it on my last one and it worked pretty well, so I guess it's kind of like extra security. You probably don't even need it. You're probably just good the way it is right now, but I just kind of want to add a little bit more to the security of this tank. And it just kind of fills in the gaps. It just kind of just fills in the gaps there. It looks a little messy, but it's fine. It's a patch. Patches are already messy. Oh, and quick note, if you're doing this in your garage, make sure your door is open because you do need some ventilation. This thing does stink. I think we're pretty much good to go here. Put a little bit more. Cool. Now let's go ahead and grab this piece right here. So now we have this side to do. Let me see. I think this interferes. Nope. Clears that pretty well. Oh, it's sticky already. Jeez. I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, you can see it seeping through. You have a way better view. Look at it, it just seeps through. Oh, you got pushed out a little bit, it's fine. Let's go just line this up. Just add more. This is very messy, but I mean, I'm not making an aquarium, I'm making a patch, so it's not that bad. Let's go ahead and push this down. Cool. And now we just kind of hold. Kind of the same spiel as over there. Just kind of holding it down. Alright, so Weld-on 4 portion is done. Let's go ahead and get the Weld-on 16 on. Weld-on 16 on. Oh, yeah, that's thick. Yep, that's good right there. Oh, make sure that when you use Weld-on 16 to watch out for like threading, because it will have long threads, and if it gets on your acrylic, it'll stay there. So watch out for that. All right, so last portion is this top part right here. It's going to be pretty hard because it's going up, but same technique: Weld-on 4 first, and then Weld-on 16 after. Let's go and line it up. What we could do is I can just drip Weld-on 4 from the top and see how that works. Let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit so you can see, so you can check the progress. And then just drip down. Oh, that's not working. Oh, that's not working. Oops. Oh yeah, that's not working. It's not working as well, actually. It's just going down the path of least resistance, and it's not going along the seams at all. hold it here for like, I don't know, 2 minutes. It's gonna take forever. Weld-on 4 is done. It is dried now, or as dry as it can be. Now I know why they give you so many nozzles for the Weld-on 16, because in between like coats, this top portion, it dries and then you can't squeeze any more out. So you have to keep cutting it and cutting it and cutting it. So by the time I actually get to the other side, I'll probably be on the second nozzle by then. But let's go ahead and use the Weld-on 16 now. This does look super messy, but I'd rather have more security in these corners than anything else, so I'm cool with that. So now we're pretty much just waiting for this to finish up, so let's go ahead and hit the other side. Alright, so it's getting pretty late. I'm pretty much done with what I gotta do tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down right now, and then we'll come back tomorrow and see how everything looks, because as of right now, it just has to cure. And if we do have time, we'll go ahead and make that middle brace tomorrow. So let's go ahead and shut the camera off right now, and then we'll come back tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day. Let's go ahead and check it out. See, plastic weld right there is pretty solid. Get it from here real quick. Yeah, it's a little bit hazy, but this will do. So we pretty much solidified both corners and we should be good. Now we just got to wait for it to cure. Alright, now that's done, let's go ahead and buff the front while we kind of have it like this. Look at how hazy this is. We're going to go and try and take care of this right now. Oh my god, it is super hot up in here, but you can kind of see an improvement. It's super shiny, but since the thing is kind of clear, I can't tell if the scratches are inside or outside. So what I have to do now is flip this tank over to make sure I got everything that I needed to buff off from the front. It's gonna suck because it's on a piece of wood right now, and that can really scratch the tank up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get some saran wrap and just cover the front. Just cover the front, and hopefully that will help with preventing scratches and stuff. And then once we flip it on its face, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing we did with the front. And then after that, I'll go ahead and do the polishing compound, which is this blue one right here. And yeah, hopefully that will help. Anyways, we're just doing all this stuff because we're waiting for this these corner things to kind of cure anyways, so we have a lot of time. Alright, so I went ahead and finished polishing the tank, flipped it over, and check this out. This right here is incredible. This is way better than when we first started. I didn't even finish this side. This side has a little bit of haze still, but dude, this is nuts. This is super clear. Holy, before it looked like this. You know what I mean? But now, yeah, that's like glass right there. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up that side right there, and then maybe we'll flip it over and do this side too. So went ahead and polished the sides here. So you can see it's a little bit more clear. I didn't polish this part right here, which is the top, and then the background, and then the bottom, because I mean I'm only seeing it through these 3 panels anyways. But yeah, man, this tank has definitely came a long way. You can see like the marks and all that stuff in the light. You can see the glare and stuff, but I think once you fill this tank up with water, it's gonna look really, really clear. But dude, all the scratches, they're pretty much all gone. All right, so I'm pretty much done for today. I have to feed my wolf because it's literally going nuts right now. And we're gonna go ahead and come back, and we're gonna patch the top. So what we did yesterday was patch the corners, the 2 corners that were bad. And then before I patched the middle, went ahead and polished the insides and the outsides and all that stuff, just so we have room to get in and out. And then now that we're done with both of those, and we're still waiting for those patches to cure, I'm gonna go ahead and come back tomorrow and then patch the middle, and that's pretty much it. Also, this gives me time to think about how I want to patch the middle, because I'm still kind of brainstorming the best way to do it. So yeah, hopefully I'll sleep on it and I'll have the best idea by tomorrow. So let's go ahead and I'll catch you guys then. Yo. Alright man, so it's been about a whole week since we first started the acrylic patching and all that stuff, and the reason why it's taking so long is because each time you lay the Weld-on 4 and Weld-on 16, it technically takes 3 days for the weld to take 80% strength. So in order for it to take full strength, I don't know, maybe like it should take 4 days, 5 days, so technically a week. And then during this time, I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't really move the tank too much because I don't know, I just don't want to mess with the tank while the Weld-on 4 and the Weld-on 16 is curing and stuff. But I did get a chance to go back to the house to weld the center brace. Went ahead and got some clamps. I found some photography clamps and one C-clamp. So I used one C-clamp and photography clamps, and went ahead and started bonding. So now that everyone's caught up, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my work day right here, and then after we're gonna head back to the house and then finish up this whole Weld-on series video. So see you guys then. Alright, we are back. So because I had these clamps on, there's like no bubbles here. So as you can see, the Weld-on 4, it really held up nicely. Compared to these sides right here, I wasn't able to put the clamps on here, so some bubbles kind of seep through. But here is what you really want when you use Weld-on 4. No bubbles, it's solid connection right there. But what I do want to do is I want to kind of like grind down these corners. They're very, very sharp. So let me find something to grind that down. Look how clear it got. It got significantly clearer. There's a bunch of compound that's still on the front, but all those marks that was made by the polishing ball is kind of gone. You might be looking through this panel and seeing this panel right here, which is not buffed, but if you kind of look this way, it's really clear. You can see it looks like my hand's in the tank, but yeah, from outside looking in, it looks kind of bad because that back panel, like I said, is not even touched, because we're gonna go ahead and wrap that later. But this front panel though is really nice. Look at that, clear as day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video series of the Weld-on products. Stay tuned for the move. The move is gonna be the next video coming out on this channel, and then that's when we're gonna do the whole water test stuff as well. I just wanted this video to focus on just the Weld-on stuff. But if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. If you guys have any tips and suggestions when it comes to adding more patches to this tank, also let me know down in the comments below. Really excited for the move. I'm really excited to see what this new location is gonna bring to the channel and stuff. So yeah, this big tank right here, having all these repairs and all that stuff, it's really nice to see this tank get fixed and revived in the nicest way that I can right now. And yeah, I'm just hoping that this will look really, really nice with some water in it. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace, guys.